Hello everyone and welcome to today's top list of my most favorite patchouli scented perfumes that I have been announcing for the longest time ever, and finally I'm doing this video that I'm so excited for because it is dedicated to one of my most favorite ingredients in the perfumery, which is patchouli. And if you love it too, please go ahead and share your favorite patchouli scented fragrance with us in the comments below, and keep in mind that this top 13 list of my most favorite patchouli fragrances is not really completed yet because there are so many other gorgeous perfumes that are built around patchouli note out there that I want to get, and once I do, I will definitely do a second part of my patchouli favorites. But today's patchouli list is very diverse, and that's the way I love to keep these lists, because I want to show you how different patchouli fragrances can smell. And on today's list you'll find patchouli fragrances from niche Indian designer brands, and this is such an extraordinary perfumery material that has been used in the classic perfumery and is very popular in the modern perfumery as well. And patchouli itself is an exotic bush that grows mainly in India, and the patchouli oil is obtained from patchouli leaves, and depending on the patchouli material it can smell sweet, dark, or actually green and herbal. So it really depends on the idea how the perfumer wants to present patchouli in the scent. And today you'll find out not only about my favorite patchouli perfumes from my collection, but also about two award-winning fragrances. So make sure to watch this one till the end, and don't forget to check out the description box down below. There you'll find helpful information where you can find perfumes mentioned in today's video, as well as links to my reviews on them and links to the previous top list that I dedicate to specific note in the perfumery. And if you have requests for the future list, then leave them in the comments, and don't forget to follow me on my social media. And with that being said, let's dive into the world of patchouli. So I need to open this list with the fragrance that made me fall in love with patchouli, that made me want to discover other patchouli scented perfumes. And if you have been following me for a long time, then you probably guessed that fragrance, because it's the only one masterpiece perfume from SP Perfumes, which is of course pink patchouli, that was created by Sven Pritzkalite. And this is such a mind-blowing patchouli fragrance that is not a full-on patchouli right in your face. It's very elegant, it is seamlessly blended, and I wouldn't call it pink patchouli because that might sound a bit girly. I would call it red, bright, vivid patchouli scent, because the note of pink pepper and red berries, they are very outstanding in here. They create that fruity shipper effect, and I like how zesty it is, I like how fresh it is, but at the same time it has powdery quality. And if you are looking for an elegant, very long-lasting patchouli perfume that can be your signature scent, that will wow people, because believe me, everybody whom I showed it to fell in love with it, and my mom made it so popular in her friends circle. My boyfriend is addicted to it. Oh my god, this is the scent of rich, expensive life. It smells grown up, it smells like a masterpiece, it smells so expensive, but I like that fruity twist in there. So you guys, this is patchouli for any situation out there, for anyone who wants to smell expensive. But let's talk about something a bit more mainstream, and now I need to mention legendary Angel from Mugler. And those of you who have been following me for a while might ask, how comes that you started to like Angel when you used to hate on it? And the answer is simple. This is not Angel Eau de Parfum. This is actually the newest Angel Eau de Toilette that came out in 2019, and I like its character that still has that identity of the original one, but it's lighter, brighter, it's fruitier. The note of green apple in there makes it zesty and really fresh, but at the same time it has that beautiful floral sweetness to it. But I like how that unexpected light is added to this perfume, which is actually very heavy in the eau de parfum format. That's why I think it's way more appealing to younger audience who want to stand out a little bit, but at the same time want a lot of attention, because this perfume is something that people are used to. This perfume is well received. This perfume is a lighter version of the legendary Angel. And I bought it for my mom because she loved the original one and I couldn't stand it, so I bought her a lighter version of Angel. And many of today's featured perfumes are from my mom's collection because she's as much of a fan of patchouli as I am. So you guys, do you remember that I've told you that today I will mention award-winning perfumes? Well, they won in the Love, Peace and Patchouli contest, and I want to begin with the one that hit third spot, and it is from my most favorite American indie brand, which is of course DSH Perfumes. And in case you missed my previous videos dedicated to DSH perfumes, then you should definitely check out the description box, because Dawn Spencer-Hurwitz creates magical fragrances and I wasn't too familiar with her patchouli offerings. That's why I requested one of them, and she sent me a sample of Bodhi Sativa, which once again won the third place in Peace, Love and Patchouli contest. And what's special about this one is, first of all, that it contains 35% of patchouli essence, but at the same time there is cannabis accord in there. So when you spray it, it opens with this beautiful, fruity, exotic scent that is so interesting, unique and cool, and later it becomes really green, fresh, aromatic. It has something a bit smoky to it and delicious, and this is eau de cologne format. That's why it's very appropriate for hotter weather, because it's quite light, airy, but at the same time it performs well. That's why if you want a complex and natural patchouli magic, then that's Bodhi Sativa from DSH Perfumes for men and women. And I like that it is not too much of a hippie type of a scent, but at the same time it has something from it too. And we are coming to the #1 winner from Peace, Love and Patchouli contest, which is actually from another great American indie brand that is called Opus Oils, and I used to review them when I first started reviewing perfumes on my channel. You can watch that awkward video, but this is Wild Child #13, and you guys, this is such a complex patchouli scent that will literally make you weak in your knees, because it is so sultry, deep, sexy, and it's for those who can't get enough of patchouli. Wow, this is so strong, and it's on the chocolatey patchouli side, but at the same time it has something green to it, something apricot-y, meaning powdery, sweet and fruity. And this is patchouli in its super expansive presentation, because you know patchouli is that magical ingredient because it can add the depth and richness to the scent, and it makes fragrances smell super expensive, and this smells so expensive, just as if you were a millionaire. And I like that picture too, so go ahead and check it out. It is quite affordable and it is so sexy for men and women. If you go out, you want the attention and you love patchouli and you want patchouli that will work, that's the Wild Child, because it's really wild patchouli. You guys, the next one is so cool, and I haven't even opened it yet because I wanted to show you this presentation on camera, and my mom was just like, don't you open this, it's so pretty. But I actually had a sample of this perfume, so I know how it smells, and it is from the Canadian indie brand Malac perfume. Matthew, I'm very sorry that I am mispronouncing the name of your brand, but look at it. I love that he upgraded his presentation. This waxed thing is absolutely gorgeous, and Matthew is a very talented perfumer who finds all those vintage perfume formulas and creates absolutely mind-blowing, complex perfumes that contain a lot of natural oils. I don't really know how to open it, guys. Maybe just like this. Oh my god, it's such a pity to open this beautiful bottle. Do you also have perfumes that look fantastic and you don't want to open them? Oh my god, I don't even know if I'm doing it correctly. Probably I'm totally ruining it now. Oh my gosh, but this is Vienna 1900 and it's such a wearable patchouli perfume, which is not necessarily very common for patchouli fragrances because they can be a bit over the top, and I have many fragrances that are a bit too crazy for the everyday wear, but I like that this one is actually so suitable and everyday friendly. So Vienna is about chocolatey patchouli, and let me know if you like patchouli being chocolatey, or you like when it's herbal and fresh, or you like those hippie type of patchouli scents. Now I almost opened it. I'm sorry that I ruined it, but I have been waiting to do this video so I can spray it all over me. Wow. Whew. Guys, this is a very seamlessly done patchouli, and it smells nostalgic, it smells vintage, but at the same time you can wear it on the everyday basis and people on the streets will literally stop you and ask what are you wearing, because it has that nostalgic moment to it which will appeal to many people, but at the same time there is a modern spin that is taking on this gorgeous fragrance that I'm sure my mom will adore because she loves perfumes and she has been waiting for me to present this perfume on camera so she can go heavy on it. And you guys, it's kind of chocolatey patchouli, but don't expect patchouli like wild child from it. In here we have citruses, we have flowers, we have woods, so it's not only about patchouli. Patchouli in there is rather a supporting note. With that being said, now I'm ready to share with you heavy, intense, and probably the strongest patchouli from today's list, which is from a fabulous niche house, Nishani, and that is their Patchouli Koja in the Extrait format. And you guys, this perfume reminds me of my childhood, particularly memory when I visited my grandma and smelled the leathery, woody furniture in her house that was infused with that sweet, smoky air. Maybe that's a very weird description, but I think I'm reminded by that memory because it's definitely about sweet, honeyed smoke and patchouli. Patchouli in here is not too prominent because that honeyed smoke is everything that you'll get. Obviously there is leather, there are some flowers, but the whole result is so warming that it's almost burning. That's where I think this is a gorgeous perfume for the time when it is really cold and you're going out and you want a perfume that will stay no matter what, no matter how cold it is out there, and you want perfume that will literally put all eyes on you and you're not afraid of attention, because this one is a real bomb. And if you like sweet, smoky, honey type of scents, Patchouli Koja should be definitely tried out by you. And of course, Nishani presentation is absolutely fabulous, and I would like to know if you're familiar with this fragrance. The next one is one of my biggest favorites, not only in the patchouli genre but just in general. And there are some perfumes that I actually like when I test them in the stores, and I was particularly interested in this one. But the thing is, sometimes I like perfume and I smell it, but I don't buy it right away, and for that there are different reasons. Maybe it didn't impress me that much, maybe it's too expensive for me so I can't afford buying it right away. But when I smelled Slow Dance by Byredo, I bought it right away and wasn't bothered by sampling it on my skin, going out, checking out the dry down and how it will develop on me. I was so smitten with it, and I am still till this day, because this one is absolutely unique. There is no other perfume like it out there. I love it to bits. This is such a mind-blowing scent of not only patchouli but also booziness, sweet booziness. So just imagine gorgeous, sweetened patchouli, and at the same time there is violet that is powdered with labdanum dust, and then there is super sweet and gorgeous note of a popnox that I love in the perfume range, and I enjoy all perfumes with that note. And then there is that significant note of cognac that makes it boozy, and it's really hypnotizing. It's perfume that will put you into the delirium. It has that beautiful smoke, but not like in the patchouli koja, which is really prominent and right in your face. Here it is hidden, it is in the background, that powderiness, that booziness, that alcoholic moment. This perfume is a true love, and I love it. Men, women, check it out. Blind bite, I don't care, you need it in your life, because this is so sexy. It's sweet, it's fresh, it's alcoholic, it has so many different nuances going on, and it's sexy, you guys. It's sexy patchouli that is not like a hippie patchouli from the past. This is patchouli that is modern, that is unique, that that will literally make you feel butterflies down in your stomach, because this perfume is so intoxicating, and there is something that makes it to stand out from everything else, but it is so well blended that it is not edgy at all. It leaves me breathless every time, and that means so much. Next patchouli that I wanted to mention is from the Parisian niche brand Maison Rebacci, and it was created by a fantastic perfumer, Bertrand de Chauffeur, and it's called Faux Patchouli, and I adore this bottle. Look how pretty it is. I have two other fragrances from this brand, and this patchouli is very interesting because it reminds me of masculine fragrances from the past, and on my skin most noticeable notes are patchouli, warm spices, and wormwood, which is this bitter note of absinthe. So it's quite spicy, peppery, not too patchouli, but patchouli in there, I guess, makes it a bit more complex and a bit deeper, but at the same time it's very aromatic and it's super cool. That's why it is very appropriate for formal occasions, and if you're looking for a classic gentleman-like fragrance, I recommend it to you. But actually, as I showed it to my mom when I was getting ready for this video, she sprayed on herself, and she told me that even a woman can wear it while mixing it with something more floral. Oh my god, the next one is a mind-blowing patchouli, one of the best ones, and it is from one of the greatest indie perfume brands from America, that is FAVORITE Perfumes, and I have dedicated so many videos to that house that I highly recommend you to check them out. In the description down below you'll find the links. But her origin story is my mom's fragrance that she got from Sara as a present, because my mom loves patchouli, and when she tried origin story she told me this is the best patchouli, even though that used to be pink patchouli. These are very different and my mom loves them equally, but origin story is all about the texture, because it's such a grounding and deeply satisfying experience wearing it, because it empowers you, it brings you so much confidence, and it has that chocolatey and really velvety textured patchouli that it's almost a physical experience wearing this one, which is so much fun, but at the same time it has that almost earthy sensuality to it, which makes it sultry, really grown up and quite exotic. So when my mom wears it, I can definitely notice that that's origin story, because it's recognizable, and that's for if you're looking for a chocolatey, powdery, velvety, very strong and beautifully performing patchouli perfume that you can make your special fragrance, then I really recommend you origin story, because it's very high quality perfume for amazing price from this fantastic perfumer Sara Horowitz. I can literally feel her style and her energy through her work, and origin story is one of the best from her collection. But another one from this line is actually my #1 perfume too, so it's really worth checking out. Oh my god, I have so many left, but now let's move on to Carraro from Quinto Canto that I have mentioned in my Quinto Canto top list that I highly recommend check out in case you missed it. And Carraro is a very mysterious patchouli perfume. You won't find nothing like it out there, because it is way too unique to define it by the notes. It's highly complex. It has lots of woody ingredients, some flowers, some sweet notes. There is ORRIS butter in there, oud, benzoin, caramel, iris, cinnamon, vanilla, and of course patchouli. But patchouli in there is not too outstanding. For example, today my grandma smelled all of these perfumes, and when she came to Carraro, she smelled, she was like, oh, I would wear it. And my grandma is quite picky with perfumes, so I think this is a gorgeous woody perfume that it's not obviously patchouli-ish, but it's there to make it extra expensive and niche smelling, which is truly Terence's style. So if you're looking for opulent but at the same time fresh woody perfume with patchouli background, I recommend you Carraro. That is not too much for everyday wear, which is quite surprising because in my opinion all Terence perfumes are really opulent, but this one is actually quite versatile and you can rock it on the everyday basis as well. But the number one patchouli fragrance from today's list that stood out to my grandma was surprisingly Coco Mademoiselle Eau de Parfum Intense, and I love the original one, but this one is heavier on patchouli that I adore, and in my opinion this is definitely better than Chanel No. 5. It is equally as legendary as that hit perfume, and this particular intense version is really heavy on patchouli, and it's not an earthy patchouli, nor it's a fruity type of patchouli. It's not too chocolatey. It's just perfection that smells really expensive, elegant, chic and modern, but at the same time it is recognizable. So if you don't mind people go like, oh, she wears Coco Mademoiselle, then I highly recommend you to check it out because it's just a love of mine and I bought it for my mom. But if you want something more special, maybe you should stay away from it, even though I still find this is such a masterfully done scent that in my opinion is feminine and ultra chic and French. And we are coming almost to the end, and this particular fragrance I ordered for this video and I was quite disappointed by it because it didn't smell of patchouli, even though it should be a patchouli scent, but at the same time I was really impressed by it because it smells so sensuous, and it's Flirty Patchouli from Sara that was created by Jo Malone. And you guys, I would describe it as a cat musk type of a scent. That's why I think it's appropriate for those who are not looking for an intense patchouli fragrance, but rather for something sensuous, floral, just with a hint of patchouli. And this perfume is really long lasting. It smells like high-end, very expensive fragrance from my collection that we will do a battle on with my boyfriend. And I think that this perfume is really animalic, sexy, sensuous for men and women out there who are looking for this elegance in the perfumery and who don't want patchouli to overtake the composition. And the last but not least one is from Maison Margiela from the Replica collection, and this is of course prominent in the gardens, and as you can tell the juice is green and vibrant, and that's the way it smells because it's about cool green patchouli that is blended into light floral notes, and it has some green peppery nuances, and the overall result it's quite romantic. So it reminds me of a casual date, walking on the promenade, flirting, chatting, just enjoying beautiful weather. And since it is cool, I wear it at work because it's very appropriate for formal situations. And this particular one is also very modern, unisex type of patchouli aroma. It's not too earthy, it's not too chocolatey, it's rather floral, rainy patchouli, if you will. It's kind of wet. It's also about the texture, but it's also quite classy. So when I have it on, it reminds me of something very elegant, classy, and yeah, it's not too warm, it's not too much, if you know what I mean. It's very modern, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, if you like something floral but faded out and you want the depth, you don't want it to be sweet, that's kinda promenade in the gardens. And with that being said, you guys, that completed this top 13 list of my favorite patchouli perfumes that I hope was a lucky number for you. And please comment below which of the mentioned patchouli perfumes you love to learn about, you memorized and you want to try or even blind buy, because I sincerely hope that you learned something new, particularly about such hidden gem in patchouli genre as Wild Child, Bodhi Sativa, Origin Story, Pink Patchouli, and Vienna 1900. And I would like to know which of the mentioned ones inspired you the most, and of course let me know which patchouli flavors you can recommend me. I love to hear from you, so let's chat. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed watching it by giving it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe to my channel and ring that bell, because otherwise YouTube won't notify you when I post new videos. And comment below which next note you want me to discuss in my top list. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned, smell good, and we'll see each other in the next one really soon. Bye guys.